Howdy folks, Stretch Hills here, and welcome back to World of Tanks. I hope all of you guys are doing well. As you guys can see here by the tank that I'm featuring in today's video, that we're going to be doing something a little different. Recently, I received several extremely generous gifts from some of you, from some people that I know personally, and also from some people on my viewer base on my YouTube channel. So over the last week or 2 weeks, I've been sitting down and trying to get some gameplay footage for you and to make some videos for you guys, just to show my appreciation and thank you guys for the gifts that you donated to me on my EU account. Completely unnecessary, by the way, and I have everything I need, but I very much appreciate the generosity that you guys have shown me. And so the first tank that we're going to be looking at here today is the new Tier 6 Swedish Premium medium tank, and the name that is designated is the Strv M42-57 Alt A2. Now, of course, I'm not going to be calling it that, since that is a mouthful. So I figured I would go with the flow and call this tank the Steve, as that is what other people have been calling it. A nickname that has been designated to it by several people in the community. And this particular premium tank was gifted to me by Tanza, a regular platoon mate of Oz Irish, if you follow Oz Irish's channel. If you don't follow Oz Irish's channel, by the way, I'd highly recommend to it. He makes great videos, makes great tank reviews, goes into depth talking about the tank statistics, its performance, and also usually has some really good historical tidbits to talk about on tanks that are very interesting. So once again, thank you very much, Tanza, for gifting me this tank. I've heard, I can't remember if it was from Beyond D or Oz Irish, but apparently Tanza likes gifting tanks to he likes gifting bad tanks to people that he knows is kind of a troll. Particularly, I don't think this is actually a bad tank. I think the gun is quite good, and the platform is mediocre, is my overall assessment of it in the few games that I played in it. One particular funny aspect of this game, actually, is that you will notice by the view range that I have on this tank that I don't have the appropriate equipment, and I also, you can tell that I was completely broke on credits and couldn't afford a repair kit, apparently. But the funny thing about this is that of course I have a 75% crew, as I was just only starting out playing this tank and only had several battles in it and didn't have the gold to get 100% crew at the time. Putting some sniper fire here into the WZ-131 there. But I actually did not have this tank fully equipped at the time that I entered into battle. Part of that was credits, and part of it was just me derping. I think the only piece of equipment that I have on this vehicle is vents, so I'm basically playing this tank without equipment and with a crap crew in this particular game. And since I'm bottom tier and with no equipment and a crap crew, I'm basically playing this tank like a glorified tank destroyer, second line support / sniper support, letting my teammates spot things for me, and me shooting what I can. And as you can see there, we're really outnumbered there in the field. Well, we had 3 tanks, now we only have 2 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 enemies, so vastly outnumbered. Struggling to lead the WZ-131 there correctly, some potato shooting there on my part. Unfortunately, our 416 moved up for some weird reason. I guess he thought charging the WZ-131 was a good idea. But you see by how slow it's sluggish, like the Steve tank isn't particularly mobile, but I have a crap crew and I have no equipment, so my view range is crap, my My acceleration is crap. My gun handling is a lot poorer than it would normally be if I had the right equipment and a good crew in it. So the funny thing is that I was still managed to get the outcome of this battle that I did despite that. So that's kind of a spoiler alert. And so now that all of our team have died here in the field, there's no one left to support, and so I'm relocating to where I can support someone, and our AMX-12T is engaging the Ferdinand here. And unfortunately he gets taken out by the Borsig who was supporting. Holding my last 2 shots here, waiting for the Ferdinand to give me his side again. Really dangerous shot actually. Putting that up there, that the M41 Bulldog on my team was actually driving around the side of the Ferdinand on the same angle that I was shooting, and I looped a shell right over his head. So really important when you're bottom tier / a tank that doesn't have a lot of hit points or alpha or whatever. You shouldn't be the focus of the enemy team, right? Don't be the anvil. Be the support tank and make the enemy tanks pay for getting shot once or twice for every time that they're attacking the anvils on your team. Take another speculative shot there on the side of the Skoda T25. Probably overled that. And unfortunately, even though I had 1 shell loaded in my clip, it was really bad timing that the WZ-131 on the enemy team decided to push our KV-4. And now I'm stuck on this rail crossing. I can't move over to the 0 line to support as all these guns can shoot me. Going for the Hellcat here as he's the lower health target. My second shot misses there. You can really see how bad my crew is here with the aim time being so high. And our KV-4 is getting completely wrecked because he turned his armor for the WZ-131 and showed his side. I think I'm remembering that correctly. He showed his armor to the Scorpion, the CDC, and the Hellcat. So don't do that. If you know that you're too slow of a tank to traverse with a mobile platform like that, keep your armor angled towards the majority of enemy tanks. Unfortunately, our bad crew is coming back and biting us in the butt there. Wasn't able to secure the kill on the Scorpion G. And apparently as we sneak our final shot in our clip there into the CDC, apparently the KV-4 who just died on my team is either insulting my mother or something. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys in the chat can tell me what he was saying there, as I don't speak his language. And we use the max zoom there and get a really cheeky shot in there. And unfortunately, the STRV catches us while we were reloading. Once again, I had 3 shots in my clip, but I didn't think that a tank would be close enough here to assault me before I was reloaded again. But now he's reloading, and now I have 4 shots. And that's enough to kill him. And that's what this tank can do, that I think is one of the main attributes of this. The burst damage, I think, is what makes this tank competitive. The platform is mediocre at best. It's not very mobile. It has crap armor. You get penned with HE all the time in this tank, as it has really thin armor. So in the few games that I played this tank, I basically played it like a some weird hybrid in between a medium and a tank destroyer, second line support. And now I'm setting up a position to where I can help make a last stand with the KV-2 on my team. Unfortunately, once again, as I was dumb and forgot to put on at least binocs or something on this tank before I entered battle, kind of a derp moment as when I queued up into battle for this. Unfortunately, because of that, I have crap view range. Like, I have just over 300 meters view range, I think, with the crap cruise. So I'm, for all intents and purposes, blind. And the KV4 on my team continues to rage at me. I'm not sure why. I was doing my best to support him, but I was just not able to do enough damage to the enemy tanks that came out of the field and continued to push into our base. It's kind of his fault that he pushed up into a position where he was easily flanked. He should have sat back here, I think, along the bridge here, maybe in E0. That way we were able to support him better. Of course, the enemy started capping, then we would have to relocate and push back into our cap to reset. Now here that the KV2 spots the 34-100. Apparently I'm not spotted right now as the Skoda isn't reacting. I'm holding my shots and waiting until he commits up over the ridge line, like that. And that gives me enough time to put 2 shots into him. Now I go for a full reload here, as it looks like the 34-100 is waiting. One of the benefits of the Strv also is that its reload time is relatively short, considering it's kind of like the T-71 in that regard. So unfortunately, we get ambushed there by a Borsig, or we would have been able to help our KV2 with the 34-100. I should have relocated back up here, and that way I could have supported my KV2 better. Of course, that's hindsight. I wouldn't know where the Borsig would be coming from. And unfortunately, this game turns out to be a loss. So, sorry, Tanza. The gameplay I'm showing is a loss, but I aced the Strv, aka Steve, in this game. So it was my first ace. So I figured this is the game that I would show you. And I may or may not be playing this tank more in the future. It's not really a favorite platform of mine. Its top speed is too slow, and it has no armor to trade off for that lack in mobility. And the only thing it really has going for it is its flexibility with its reload and its burst damage, the performance of his gun, basically. But potentially, if the Borsig hadn't been where he had been, I would have helped the KV2 kill the 34-100 before he killed him, and because of that, that we would have been able to tag team the Borsig potentially, and then eventually the 304. So this actually could have been a win if the timing would have been better, but unfortunately it wasn't. So you can't win them all, unfortunately, and that's the way the game ended up. But like I said, this was my first ace, and I wanted to show this game to thank Tanza for him donating this premium tank to me. Very generous of you, sir, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you guys so much for watching this replay. Best of luck out there in you guys playing your Steve tanks, aka Strv, M41, 57 Alt A2s. Take care and happy hunting.